Chris, for a while there, you weren't going to be here at the Tour, so what was your feelings there on that start ramp knowing that you're going to be here?
Just as even before the start ramp, when we're just warming up and you see these huge crowds, you know you're at the Tour de France. It's always a great experience when this many people come out and they're watching you race. They put on a great course here in Liège. It's a fabulous design, really fast corners, but you don't really have to come out of the bars at all. But you have to be willing to hope that you're correct in the corners. And all the corners are fast except for the 2 U-turns. And all of them I did in the bars. Maybe Cancellara speed, you have to come out of the bars, but I know how he handles the bike, so I bet he stays in. But you really go into the corner, it's kind of blind, and you just have to hope that it doesn't hook. And every time you go in, it's blind, but then it opens up. And you just got to have faith that it's going to open up, because it looks like you're going into the other side of the barriers pretty quick.
You hadn't raced until since Tour of California, right? Yep. So how was it for you today?
The legs weren't great today. I could tell they were suffering a little bit. What I expected. First off, Prologue's never really my forte, especially a flat one like this that you just stay in the position most of the time. Looking forward to the mountain stages. My weight's really good. The training was going really good. I had I did have my best time on the climbs around San Diego, so I expect to go really good when we get into the mountains after a few more days of racing.
Looking at the bigger picture of the Tour, last year you lost an opportunity of doing incredibly well.
Yeah.
Do you have that same opportunity? Do you think you'll be able to make that up this year?
Well, we have Frank on the team. Certainly everybody knows Frank's story. He's done a lot of racing. So it's really up to see how Frank goes. In the first mountain stages, he's certainly a better GC rider than me, and probably 98% or 99% of the field here, because like I said earlier, he's the only guy that's been on the podium aside from Cadell here. Regardless of the stories of Wiggins, everybody knows how epic it is, how epic of a season he's had, but so far he's never been on the podium at the Tour de France. So there's a lot of hype for a guy that's been in the Tour de France a lot but hasn't been on the podium. But there's been one of the incredible seasons too. So we can understand where all the hype comes from, and it's hard for me not to fall into that too. But I do remember times like Iban Mayo winning a Dauphiné and then coming flat at the Tour de France when Lance just smashed him. So so far we see a lot of guys ride good during the season, and then whether or not if they can win the Tour is always a different story. But Cadell's still my favorite, and then Frank is the next best guy, and then Wiggins.
All right, thanks.
Thanks.